done by a Super Eye Patch Wolf about how Garfield is like changed because of the internet, because the internet has like warped it into this really weird and abstract thing because it's the internet.
It is the internet. They get very weird.
Mm-hmm.
You do a lot of weird things.
Yeah, especially with
Burning
things.
Rubble and
Yeah.
Flintstones have taken a hit on that one.
It's okay. It's okay. Still better writing than Picard season 1 and season 2. STD and She-Hulk. Anyways, hi everybody, and welcome to an exciting episode of Low Key on the We Live Potatoes Network. I am your host, Harry, aka the Moving Target, and it's gonna be a fun episode tonight. I got a one cool show we're gonna coming up because Rhinehold posted this really cool item in a group chat. Well, I think it was in a group on Facebook, and hopefully he's working on that in the back end. If he's not, I'm gonna shame him publicly. So I want to talk about that item that he posted so we can get that show coming up in the future. I need you to work on that. All right, come on, get that up.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to fill a whole hour with that, but we'll try.
I mean, that's a place to start.
30
yes,
minutes.
we are locked in.
Yeah. When someone asked if we were like real life, are we locked in?
Are we locked in?
Yeah.
This way.
Nobody remembers Memorex, do they?
Yeah. Yeah, we remember Memorex. Anyway, so it's gonna be an exciting episode tonight. This episode comes from I was kind of like into some of the stuff, but other people's of the show was really into it. Make sure you need to look at what's going on here. I'm like, all right, fine. But anyways, let me introduce the cast of characters and the voices that you're hearing on this episode. We got Rhinehold. Why don't you say hi, Rhinehold?
Everybody. I'm also here just to make sure that Harry's okay, and he's getting through this moment of grief as best as he can.
I don't know what grief. I'm in no grief. Trust me.
Lower decks.
It's fine. Everything, just like Gravity Falls, things need to have an end. If it goes on too far, it becomes what the Simpsons. Most people, come on.
Modern.
You wouldn't want to see Lower Deck go on for that long.
I don't think it'd be as good. I think eventually it would just get stupid. It would get dumb. I think right now, go out on top. Right now it's good. Right now it's solid rating.
Yeah, I think they could get 3 or 4 more years out, but that'll probably be. They're talking about trying to find someplace else to do it, but
no, I think they should just stop. Just stop, or go somewhere else or do something else with it. You know, go do some. Take that same type of comedy writing and just go get new characters and go do something else.
Exactly. If they need to die, they need to leave the hero.
Yeah,
I did kind of like the live action that they did, the crossover. That was pretty good.
Yeah. I think doing some crossover like special things on Paramount, like with different episodes like that'd be kind of cool. You know, get Avery Brooks and do a Deep Space Nine crossover live action. That'd be great. Anyways, we also got Vincent. Vincent, when you go ahead and say hi.
Hey everybody, I'm also here. We are gonna technically the Helldivers stuff is a follow up to last week's because the video we discussed was very positive about Helldivers, and then a bunch of Helldivers 2 stuff happened like almost right after we started doing the video. Like, not even that long afterwards. And
well, I mean, really, I was watching Pirate Software. I talked about him last week, and he lost his shit over it.
This is a family show right now.
I'm sorry, he lost his poop over it. You can have the editor hit the button on that. Yeah. Okay. But he he put in for a refund. He was going off on it. And his complaint was, and I don't know how much you want to get into the lead up to it, but basically, after the game's been out 3 months, they decided that they were going to require Steam users to link their Steam account with a PSN account, which is free, but they wanted to link that PSN account, and everybody was very upset. And a lot of people are like, well, why is that a big deal? It's a free account. Well, first of all, there are people who don't like Sony. They don't like linking tons of accounts together.
It's me. I hate Sony.
Yep.
I hate Sony.
And the other aspect, though, that is really interesting is that they because of that, there are games you cannot play in several countries that are Sony. They're, they're not available in those regions.
Yep.
So all these people who were playing it for 3 months, all of a sudden, we're not going to be able to play it at all because it's region locked because of that.
Mhm.
Which that whole thing kind of belies all the lies that they've been telling the past 3 days because of everything.
Yes and no, because there's one thing that was brought up that was there from the beginning. That in the terms of service, it said that it was going to be connected to a PSN account. They just suspended it to get people in the door first. That was already established by Sony
But
when the game came out. That was in the
I would
terms
like
of
to
service technically.
I would like to
So
see the original terms of service because I think they added it. Because if you're going to require a PSN account at some point in the future, and I know the comment from the developer was that they decided to turn it off at launch because it was going to be too much havoc. Why sell it in those regions that are never going to be able to play it? Why didn't it have it region locked from day one?
Well, one, greedy corporation. Two, yes, it was always there. You can use get on the Wayback Machine. Steam had it there. The thing that did change, because Sony's a sneaky little bastard, and I hope that company dies in a ball of fire. Is that the PSN linking account was supposed to be optional? They took that verbiage out.
Yeah.
That was the verbiage.
That's what I'm saying. Is I think that they had the optional stuff in there, or it was going to. I think it was language that said in order to do certain multiplayer things, you were going to lead. Or like that.
Yep.
That's the thing is that everybody's upset about is they made it a mandatory thing as opposed to an optional thing, which
which was also very unfortunate since the game devs kind of were handcuffed to it because it was a Sony decision, not their decision.
Right.
What's funny was that the developers when it first blew up and everybody started review bombing it, the developers were out there telling everybody to they were behind them and to keep doing it because that was the only way because we're in negotiations with Sony and we need your help giving them pressure against.
Yep.
So that was something that they did.
Yep. And the community was really neat because they were review bombing it, telling you like that, and they were still playing it, so they know like, hey, we're still here, but the moment it's mandatory, a lot of them were going to bounce. And I'm sure they probably watched like numbers dropped as things were getting cut off as it was going through, as that update was going through.
Did you see the numbers going down? I mean, it was
There was a massive
I saw a graph, and it was
bunch
like
of refunds.
Boom. And then yes, you're right. And then the refund orders probably started to come in because you're right. If I can't play the game, you sold me a game, something I can't play. Yeah, Steam's like, we have to give them their money back.
Yep.
Because you're not damaging Steam's goodwill because you effed up. Steam's gonna be like, no, we demand take this.
Like Sony, stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it, Sony.
This
is coming out of your account.
This is PC gaming. We don't do this here.
Well, this was Sony going, oh, look at how successful this game is. We need to capitalize. And they thought that they could get away with it by saying, oh, we can better moderate. I'm like, no, you can't. Stop.
No, you can't.
It's all bull.
No, you can't.
No, but that's the sad thing is that the people that were really into it, really loved it, and was super locked in playing the game, got screwed over. There are a bunch of people that genuinely liked the game. They felt like there was a live service that wasn't manipulating them, that wasn't purposely going out of their way to try to pull money out of your pockets. That it was just a genuinely fun game for people to play. Yep. And watching the devs have to deal with red tape that they can't do anything about. They're like, sorry guys, we don't want it there either. Like the CEO apologized for it being there, and the business is like, that ain't us, it's all Sony. Sorry.
Yeah. I think I do appreciate them like actually taking like, no, it's this big bad corporation that's above us. They're forcing us to do it, and it's refreshing, instead of them trying to do like the lies that Sony did try to put out, like, well, it's so we can better moderate or ban people. When in all reality, we know what it is. It's because we want to be able to go to a shareholders meeting, go look all these people on the PlayStation Network. Please give us more money.
Yes,
but there was a guy there was one of the developers who did try to come out and say it was all on him. He said, we always knew it was going to be there as a requirement, but we turned it off because when we went to launch, we were having all kinds of problems with load on servers and everything else. So we thought we would turn it off. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't track with what happened, because again, if they knew it was going to be a requirement up front, they would have region locked the game.
Or maybe they did.
So I don't know.
Or maybe they didn't. Or maybe they didn't think to do it.
I think the developer's covering, or he's trying to weasel word what he can for Sony initially by saying, "Hey, we knew it was going to be an option. You know,
Right.
like it was going to be available as you could do it, but we didn't do it to begin with. But not that it was a requirement." That's what I think. I think that's where they're getting around it.
It could also easily be Sony is like, "Hey, I'll give a bonus to anybody who claims responsibility."
Yeah, it could be something like that. Or it could have simple that, like, you know, didn't think the game was going to blow up as big as it did.
Right.
Okay. Why do I like? I'm sure somebody sitting in one of these regional companies probably not going to know of this game or play of this game anyways. So why would I go through the hassle of probably checking a box on a form? I just need to get this thing published out.
Right, especially since it was a sequel game that these guys have made. The first Helldivers was a top-down dual-stick shooter. That was the same kind of general concept, but they just basically made it 3D for the sequel. Like full 3D instead of just being a top-down dual-stick shooter. So they had no idea that anybody would even play their game, let alone get any kind of brand recognition based off of a game that came out like 10 years ago on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah. Granted, I don't have any proof of what I said. It's speculation, just like yours is speculation. We don't know. I'm willing to give grace on that because that just seems like, I didn't feel like doing it versus like I'm like the malice thing. But both could be true at the same time, or neither could be true, or one of us could be true. So we don't know because we're not in those. You know, we're not in the halls there making no decisions. Or also, I've never published a game on Steam, so maybe there's a checkbox or like somebody would hit like advanced options.
Right.
I don't know.
Well, Pirate Software is showing what it costs to publish a game on Steam now, and it's $100.
I don't have I could easily pay that. I just don't have a game.
It's $100. Actually, it's $100 that you get back if you sell over $1,000 worth of sales. You get that initial $100 back. That's what it takes. That's how much it costs to publish a game on Steam.
Nice.
That's why the RPG Maker games work, especially when they make NSFW RPG Maker games. That's how they get their money back quickly.
What? They do that?
There's like hides.
Speaking of features on Steam,
you guys talk while I do some research real quick.
Steam allowed you to private games. Oh man, it's so great. So great. I love it. Hide achievements.
There's a game on stream called House Party that is it's pretty out there, and I do own it.
Just the first one. Anyways, no.
I only know of House Party because Game Grumps played it, and they got put into the game. They're in the game voicing themselves.
There's another streamer that I watched. She got put into it too.
Leah?
No, it was what's her name? I keep wanting to say Lexi, but that's not it. It was
I only know. I know the characters they added in. That's
while Rhinehold fires up his tape drive to remember.
Let me look at my old save game here real quick.
God, House Party is very entertaining. But anyway, it is Sony. Sony does a lot of
dumb moves. Sony hates money.
Oh, they absolutely hate money. They hate it. Hey, you know this game that the marketing that a lot of people want to buy into is this very attractive woman. Let's censor a skin that you can only get after you beat the game.
Yeah.
With an update patch after you already own the game.
Yeah, that ticks a lot of people off. I got a great idea. Now we don't have the rights to Spider-Man, but we got everything else. I got a great idea. Let's not use anything cool. Let's find the most obscure characters and use those.
We could. Here's the thing, we could. It'd probably be a good game too. We'd probably make a good game out of it.
I'm just saying they could even made like a anyway. I don't want to get into like distance. So, like, can you imagine like a like a Parker's like spy movie, like a World War II Parker movie with the Parkers just going through different stuff, just eluding things of Captain America, everything else like that. Made a cool spy thriller out of it.
But
Oh,
sorry,
the character's name was the streamer's name was Letty. Letty does stuff. Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's cool. Yeah, we won't be playing that game here on stream.
Oh no, absolutely not. And Letty does stuff has some interesting things on her stuff as well.
Oh, nice.
When I first started watching her, it was very innocent stuff, and then she just slowly transformed into. Because she started with just doing like outfit try-ons and things like that, so and reacting to certain video game or certain movies and TV shows, and now she has special pages that you can go to for money and see photo shoots.
Just like Rhinehold. Rhinehold has Hawaiian shirt try-ons that you can get.
Very, it's very tastefully done. I make sure that there's coverage everywhere. There's no kind of like the one streamer who does body paint. She always makes sure that a certain part of the body paint is done ahead of time, so it's all covered up. Oh my
God. Rhinehold makes a Markiplier OnlyFans because Markiplier didn't make it OnlyFans, just a bunch of tasteful nudes.
Oh man, yeah, it's okay. I'm just Rhinehold's OF account is probably just him reading the Constitution to people.
Come on, Harry. Come on. Let's be honest. Rhinehold reading Wheel of Time.
That's content there. Look, now you think it's like, wow, I could do that.
You're right.
What am I doing here? Let me go do that now.
15 decades later.
What's funny is that so they had these two for Wheel of Time. They have these two actors, voice actors that had done it all the years that it was coming out, right? And they're really good and they're well known, and there's a whole bunch of fun stuff with them in the community. And then when the TV show came out, Rosamund Pike decided that she was going to do her voice to it. So now they've got a second option for audiobook where you can listen to her read the book. So she's had to sit in the booth and read and all that stuff. So it's interesting.
It's always nice to have multiple voices. And
I think she's doing like one book at a time. I don't think she's doing the whole series yet.
Yeah, but 15 decades later. Anyways, no. Yeah. So
Sony hates money.
Sony hates money. I've hated Sony since they took away other Linux support on the PlayStation 3. You're talking from a PlayStation fanboy. I had the PS1, the PS2. I even had the PS2 with the 40 gig hard drive in the back for Final Fantasy 11, and then modded it so I can put Linux on that. PS3, put Linux on that. It was great. Loved it. The rest support, I'm out. Bounce.
And in the meantime, Microsoft's been putting Linux support in to their products.
Man, I know my main problem like getting into like the Xbox is just because I started with just such. That's the other team.
Hey, I was rooting for HD. I was rooting for HD DVD instead of the Blu-ray. So
it's okay. Like I built like my gaming PC. Oh, the PC I'm on right now has an AMD chip. You know how hard it was go from Team Blue to Team Red.
I have thought about it and I haven't done it yet. But I've thought about my next.
I sat here and watch you agonize about it. He's like, "Am I really doing this? Am I really doing this? Fuck, I'm doing this. This is the best option right now."
I'm also thinking about doing something about my video card going to a different video card manufacturer, which I've never thought of doing.
Oh, you could do it
Intel. An NVIDIA fanboy forever. No, not Intel.
I'm going to tell you. Oh, AMD coming to AMD.
Yeah, thinking about it.
I'm going to tell you this. As someone who used to do NVIDIA hardcore and switched to AMD, the price point is amazing. The drivers are not as good. I will say
That's
that.
What I haven't heard, yeah.
But other than that, no, I've loved every moment of it. You know, it's
thinking an AMD chip, AMD graphics. You know, they'll work together. Maybe I don't know. We'll see.
Well, yeah, it does. It does. And I don't like playing NVIDIA cards, overpriced. They lock off the best features of it. You know, we got to do some weird hacks to get the cool features of it. AMD just goes, yeah, it's in there. If you want to use it, go ahead. What? So if I want to use it for multiple things with a VM cluster, yeah, go ahead. Run 10 games off it. We don't care. Liquid cool it. Here you go. We'll do it for you.
I just had to laugh at you. I was like, oh, this brand loyalty, and was looking around, have 3 different brands for my different accessories. They're all 3. They're like Razer headphones, Corsair mouse, all key keyboard.
I just some hate.
I will say I don't have a single Apple product in this area at all. Except I will admit to and cop to, in my filing cabinet back here, I have an original Gen 1 iPod.
Oh God, look at that power of that back inside of that. Anyway, but yeah. So yeah, I got my iPad right there. It's doing things.
I mean, I have
a couple Microsoft Surfaces.
I got a
trash tablet.
Dell in my computer in my closet.
Surface is like the worst tablet. I'd rather have the Nexus 7 2013 edition than a Surface. Yeah, I said it. 2013 Nexus 7 over modern day Surface any day.
Surface actually is pretty rad.
Yeah, it's not. You know how many tickets I get from those Surfaces? I hate them. Every time someone's like, anytime people like, we want this Surface.
People know how to use them.
I'm going to need you to like sign this operation level agreement that I don't have to support this. But you'll do everything with the iPad, sure will.
Yep.
Every day of the week, I'll show you how to do some goofy stuff on an iPad. But that Surface, nah.
Nah.
You like to let you use identity services.
I do Active Directory. Imagine the people who I have to deal with who come, I got this Macintosh, I need to get it on the domain. I'm like,
just put it on the domain. It's easy.
Not easy because you can't push GPOs to it.
Oh, just use Jamf.
You have to use MD. You have to use Jamf.
Yeah, just use Jamf.
Okay, so let's get Jamf. You're working through an NPS server to do wireless with certificates, not users. You can't do it. You can't do EAP TLS. It is a pain, and I spent weeks trying to work on that to get the work for somebody, and we can never get it working.
All right, can you drop
user search to make it work?
All right, all right, fine. Just use Metasploit and just drop the scripts of malware that you want the machine to do on the device, and just have it do it that way.
Hey, just give it a negative review online. I mean, apparently that ruins companies.
It does.
Ask Marquise Brown.
So here's the thing. This proves that if everybody got upset, we could have real, democracy would work. The problem is nobody gets upset about things like they do about their gaming. Right.
Well,
or their AI.
Well, here's the thing. It's like gamers can get upset. A lot of people do get upset when they talk about things like that. It's just more of can companies absorb? In the past, companies have been able to absorb the money and go pound sand. We do what we want, but they don't have the cash to do that anymore.
Look at how many people got upset. They all banded together and they made a change. You can do this in politics too, but people don't. They're too busy fighting with each other to say, hey, let's all agree that this one thing is really bad. Let's go get this taken care of. Nobody wants to do that.
Right, because they don't have a mascot. Like they didn't have. If they put a terrible Sonic the Hedgehog in Congress, the internet will rally around it to get a genuinely looking Sonic the Hedgehog.
They did. His name was Santos.
Man, just left Santos.
But nobody liked him as a mascot, though. That was the issue.
That's why he got kicked out.
Yeah, exactly. You got to replace him with Pepsi Man, and people have been fine.
God, I just wish he would have showed up to drag
for the day.
I just wish he showed up to do drag online. We just showed up to Congress and drag. That'd have been great. That'd have been amazing.
Yeah,
all the lefties that had to support him, he could come out as trans or something, and all the said, no, you can't pick on it or whatever.
I didn't want Santos to come out as trans. I just wanted a drag queen in Congress. I think it'd be amazing. And then eventually we get a drag queen senator, and then I just can't wait for the drag queen filibuster. Oh God.
And RuPaul's Drag Race season 2, episode.
And they're sitting there like
it starts off. At first, I was afraid. I was petrified.
Thanks, Rhinehold. Thank you. Yes. You're seeing it now. Like it's like these filibusters got so much better now. We relaxed the dress code.
I didn't know.
Girl. Yep.
I didn't know you were allowed to read the transcript of "But I'm a Cheerleader" in court. God. I didn't know you could filibuster like that.
God, thank you. All thanks to Fetterman, John Fetterman, and Trust. We should thank Fetterman. Anyways, let's get to our other topic before we run out of time.
And just before we go, Ted Cruz, you can do it. It's fine. Put that dress on and you rock it like the woman you are.
We all know, like
queen it up.
We all know Ted Cruz could probably do a backflip in heels, right? 6-inch heels, right? He's got that look.
You got it trained.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah. All right. Go, Vincent. Bring us other topic.
Okay, so the other topic is the thing I've been watching like all weekend since last Tuesday because I thought it was hilarious, and then watching as it proceeds to develop into more ridiculous and harsh things going on. So this is all about rap beef, which Rhinehold knows nothing about, probably cares nothing about, and probably only knows these people on surface level. So this is about Kendrick Lamar and Drake.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all started because Drake made a song with the rapper J. Cole called First Person Shooter. And in the song, they said that they said that J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick are the 3 best rappers alive. Saying that as a unit, they're the top 3.
Okay, bold statement.
Kendrick did a feature on a song by Metro Boomin and Future called "Like That," which he basically said that that's not the case. The bar was there's no top 3, just a top me. and this is about being the best. There's no top 3 when you're trying to be the best rapper, basically. And was talking about how they're lame and why they're not as good as rapping as he is. Regular rap beef stuff.
Yeah.
So that dropped, and then J. Cole decided to do a diss track to Kendrick. And when it came out, everybody saw it was trash. They thought it was a terrible diss track. He was very light. He was much more accommodating than he was like being mean. And then the next day he took it back, said that he backed down on it. And then there's footage of him being on a stage at a concert that he was performing where he publicly apologized to Kendrick for dissing him and saying that they're good.
Okay.
So right off the bat, it's weird as shit.
A little weird, a little sus.
Right. So after that, Drake finally released his response to Kendrick's called Push Ups, and he's basically saying that how much of a better rapper he is, etc. And he was waiting for a response. And during the time he was waiting for a response, he right, imagine the friendliest diss song. This is what the J. Cole one was. Yeah, he was very nice. So Drake was getting antsy that Kendrick didn't respond immediately. So after a week, since he didn't drop immediately, Drake released a second song. And in that second song, he used the AI voice of Snoop Dogg and Tupac to try to convince Kendrick to respond faster.
Oh, wow.
And using an AI voice of Tupac, he basically told Kendrick that, hey, go after this, go after the fact that he likes little girls. With the AI voice of Tupac, telling Kendrick to go after Drake about him liking little girls.
sure that won't bite him in the
No, absolutely not.
in
Well,
the future. But keep going.
so that happened. Tupac's estate contacted Drake and said that they were going to sue him for using Tupac's voice without their permission.
Yep. On such a trash beat.
Yeah, terrible beat. And then Kendrick responded on last Tuesday. We did the episode on Monday, and then when I woke up on Tuesday, Kendrick had his response called Euphoria, and Euphoria was a lot of talking about things that are in the public eye about Drake, about how he has ab implants, which is a real thing. He has ab implants because he couldn't get abs. He talked about him, having the son that was brought up that he was covering up, that was brought up by another rapper, which important relevance to that. The other rapper Pusha T, when he brought up the son, the cover art for the song We Revealed the Son is Drake in blackface, which is an actual thing that Drake did with complete black and the red lips and the actual full blackface.
But Drake's black. How could he do blackface?
He's half black, half Canadian. The worst kind of white.
I know. Yeah, the worst kind of
French Canadian.
I mean, he tries to use a French accent occasionally.
So yeah, he does. Yeah,
he doesn't know what accent he really should have, but he talks about how
he went full minstrel. Then is what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Oh, it's a terrible.
We would show this. Yeah, we would show that, but we'd probably get nuked immediately.
Yeah, nah. No, thank you. But yeah, it's rough. And then he basically talked about how Drake. He basically said Drake's not black enough. He doesn't want him to say the N-word anymore because it feels cringe when he says it. He literally goes, "It's cringe." I guess. Yeah. And did a whole part of his
accent with quotations, LOL. But, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, he does have he uses he just cycles through accents to try to get whatever he's appealing to at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
And Kendrick even does a part of a verse in Euphoria where he uses the Canadian slang and stuff of like calling people Crody and stuff. It's by the way, he referenced an actual Chinese shop in Canada, and that place got record revenues for people showing up and ordering food from it. So, needless to say, it was just stuff that everybody already knew about. So basically saying that Drake doesn't raise his son. He has a bunch of fake accents. He body shames. He does all this fake stuff. And then days went on, and then Friday hit. And on Friday, Kendrick released a song called 616 in LA, which 616 in Canada is Father's Day.
Okay.
Basically talking about how Drake's a deadbeat dad. And he used an Al Green song as the sample. And in that Al Green song, the guitarist on the song is Drake's uncle. And in it he basically goes, Drake, I know what your next song is about. Don't bring up my family because I have people in your camp that's telling me all this information. And I know that you were putting money in the streets to get people to get information on me, and you weren't getting anything back. So don't do it. He basically said, don't talk about my family.
Yeah, keep my family name out. Just keep my family out of it. Trust me, bro.
So on Saturday, Drake dropped Family Matters, which he talked about Kendrick's family. And he sort of talked about Kendrick's family. He talked about a bunch of other people for no reason, even though he wasn't actually rapping against them. But he basically talked about Kendrick saying that like one of Kendrick's kids isn't his. And like he's a domestic abuser, but but the only evidence that he has is a Drake fan account that made the claim up and put it on Twitter. So that's the only actual claims of it. And any of the other family related things he said were things that Kendrick talked about himself when he did his last album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which, if you don't follow it or anything, it's basically a double disc therapy session of him just going about all the dealing with a bunch of generational trauma and personal family issues. And one of the songs, I believe it's called We Cry Together, and it's literally two people having an argument, like an actual full-fledged yelling, screaming argument with an instrumental underneath it, just to kind of it's very weird, experimental, and it's just super out there. But in it is basically him dealing with a lot of personal traumas and stuff.
Yeah. Are you following along, Rhinehold?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm following along, but just to understand that all thing I know about, what's going on is a tweet that I read earlier today that basically says that diss tracks are just men in different rooms writing poetry to each other. So
yeah,
it's quite beautiful. Yeah. It can be quite beautiful.
It's awesome.
But this has gotten personal.
Yeah, it gets really personal. So when he started talking about his family, so 30 minutes after Drake released Family Matters, 30 minutes, Kendrick released Meet the Grams, which is Drake's real last name. It's his government last name.
It's government last.
The cover art for Meet the Grams is a collection of things that Kendrick has access to that are Drake's things in real life. His physical things, including his pill bottles for Ambien and Ozempic, actual physical receipts of things that Drake bought with his government name on it, things that Kendrick should not have access to.
But he does.
And Meet the Grams, as I forced Harry to listen to before the stream, has a horror movie atmosphere. The music is very deep, heavy piano, and it's Kendrick going through all the members of Drake's family and basically writing letters to them about how shit their son is, how shit their dad and son is.
Yeah. It's
literally the first line is, "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your son. I'm sorry that man is your father."
Yeah.
And he's like, you need a role model because he isn't one. Basically talking about real life things that happened to Drake, like him getting pissed on at a movie premiere.
Which that was
by another guy. Yeah, Harry didn't know about this. A lot of stuff I had to explain as was going on.
Yeah.
And talking about how Drake got a Brazilian booty lift, which is true, because he didn't want to actually do the workout of actually getting in shape. He'd cut a lot of corners and stuff.
Yeah, and where would one go get one of these booty lifts off?
I don't know, maybe Brazil. Just talk about how you need to treat women better because if you don't, you're treating women like Drake is treating your mom. He's just going in. Yeah, he has fake abs. Yeah,
it's a different situation.
He got liposuction and couldn't get abs, so he put fake abs underneath the flesh with the liposuction. So,
yeah, it's body dysmorphia.
Yeah, and so the first verse is all him basically writing a song to Drake's son that Drake covered up for a long time, and basically told his son about how shit his dad is, and if he doesn't understand, he can come back when he turns 18 and see how true everything he said is. And the second verse is Kendrick talking to Drake's mom and dad, and basically how Drake uses his dad to get clout because his dad is the black one. And if he didn't have his dad there, a lot of his career wouldn't exist because he uses his dad to get most of his credibility. And then he gets into a part which It's really deep and really sad and really dark, where he talks about that Drake's a sick man that should die because he is a predator. He has predators on his team of people that he has on his payroll, which is actual evidence. There's truth, because one of them was literally convicted for sex trafficking and went to jail convicted for sex trafficking that he keeps in his crew with that he pays to keep around. And there's a lot of evidence. There's lots of evidence of Drake doing stuff that at minimum he's a groomer, at maximum he's worse than that.
Yeah.
Because there's lots and lots of evidence of him talking to 14-year-old girls and then dating them when they turn 18.
It's pretty bad.
And
it's pretty bad.
Footage of him, kissing a 17-year-old on stage, even after he finds out she's 17 when he's in his 20s.
Did he play at Tom Wood's birthday party recently?
Oh shit! Oh man, it's gonna open up.
I think about something else.
Yeah, but so that verse was dark, and then after that, the next verse is to Drake's alleged another child that he allegedly covered up, who is an 11-year-old girl. And he basically talked to her about how her dad should be around, but he's actually just a deadbeat who treats women like shit anyway. And then the last verse is directed directly at Drake. And he tells him, look, this is all supposed to be fun and games, and you talked about my family, so I had to bring everything else up. I had to bring up who you are. You're a drug. You pop pills. You're a gambler. You're a sex addict. You waste all your money. You go to whorehouses. And on top of all that, you lied about almost all the elements of your life. Like, you lied about your religion, your background, your surgeries, all your family, everything, which is all provable because almost everything he said he's either gone back on or has changed throughout what he's saying. Like, he originally said he never had ghostwriters, but obvious proof that he definitely did. And stuff like that. So it became a very dark, and it basically ended with him saying that this isn't a rap battle, this is a battle, it's a lifelong battle with yourself, because he broke down all the actual issues that Drake has in his life physically. And it's a really dark listen when you first listen through it, because I forced Harry to listen through it beforehand, and he just kept stopping. He was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because it's got he's not wrong. It's got that horror movie vibe. Like, this could be something in the back of a movie as the killer goes through and starts like murdering, but you get murdered by words.
Yeah, basically.
It was it's impressive, especially like considering what was the turnaround time on that one.
Meaning that when he said that he knew what Drake was writing, he wasn't lying. He had proof. He knew what he was talking about. He knew what he was going to bring up, and had a response to drop 30 minutes later.
Yep. And when he goes like, "Fine, you ready? Let's go." And it's just like, oh, man.
So after that, Kendrick dropped another one called "Not Like Us," and it's relevant that a lot of people who are diehard Drake fans were trying to defend all the stuff that's evidence out there about it, by saying that, oh, well, you couldn't dance to Kendrick's song, so it's not that good. Actual things that people said.
Yep. The copium was strong.
Yeah, they were huffing all the copium.
Yeah.
So he released "Not Like Us," which, to be fair, is a banger. It's like that for people who like hip hop and rap stuff. That beat is a banger beat that people can easily dance to. That even in Drake's response, he said that he liked the song, which is sad. Yeah.
Hey, the way he could do was like, it's
Yeah.
nice song. It's like,
Yeah, the beat's nuts. I could dance to it, I guess. But
gonna be people
the-
dancing to it this summer.
but not like
Stepping to the
us.
left,
Yeah.
stepping to the right. All summer.
Yeah. Not like us. He starts naming names. He really starts actually saying the people in Drake's crew and talks about how he's does a lot of weird things with underage children. And the cover art is Drake's mansion in Canada, covered with the pins from the registry app.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the people who need to be registered.
Yeah, for the certain things. And there's just some lines that he said in there that are just so catchy that people can't stop thinking about it. And he's like, Drake, why you keep acting like a bitch? You trying to strike a chord and it's probably A minor. And he held it in A minor with a horn breakdown behind it. It's just and then he spends his last verse breaking down how much of a culture vulture Drake really is. So he spends his last verse basically discussing how much of a culture vulture he really is by talking about Atlanta. Yeah. By talking about Atlanta during the slave times and how Atlanta was a mecca and the people there would use black people to advance their careers. And then now Drake's doing the exact same thing. And he goes and lists a bunch of different rappers that Drake has basically used for clout and in order to become more famous while they don't get any of the benefits from him getting more famous.
Right.
And he ends it with you're not a collaborator, you're a colonizer. Because he came in here, took all of their culture and basically did the exact same shit that they did before. And using those people for his own gain.
Yep. Trying to use the defense of it. Yes, when Drake was starting out, trying to get legitimacy, because a lot of people did make fun of him, like, look at this light-skinned guy from Canada trying to come up here and rap. You know, like, no, look.
Bro was on Degrassi. Bro was on Degrassi. He was in a wheelchair on Degrassi.
Riley, you know what Degrassi is? Dawson's Creek for Canada. Yeah,
Degrassi Junior High, right?
Yeah,
the show Degrassi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the Canadian version.
Good, Canadian version. Oh man, I'm just gonna try to pull up like some Degrassi and the minstrel photo came right up. I'm like, okay, I can't share the screen.
Yep. But so that means that that Kendrick dropped 3 tracks in the span of 30 hours. And basically destroying Drake's whole family, discussing how Drake's a terrible person, showing that Drake's in leagues with people who should be on a registry, showing how much of a culture vulture he is, etc. So when that's how Sunday ended, right? And everybody was like, yep, that's how this goes. He just destroyed him in every way, shape, and form. And the fact that Kendrick says that he has more that he hasn't released yet scares me. Scares me. So
telling him, like, back down. This is your one and only warning.
But by the way, Harry, the line where he says he's John Stockton is a reference where Drake actually had an Instagram post where he was standing next to his idol John Stockton, which he took down after the song came out.
God, man.
So this morning, Drake did his response to all of the stuff that Kendrick dropped, and it's the best way to describe it is that it felt like he took everything his Twitter fans were telling him and put it in a rap song.
Which is just like a bot just scraped Twitter.
Yeah, but it's what it kind of feels like, because he says a lot. He says a lot of things that are like contradictory to itself. Like, so when Kendrick said that he had a mole in Drake's crew telling him stuff,
Mm-hmm.
a bunch of Drake's fans like, oh, what if Drake planted the mole and gave him false information? Yeah, that's what he did. That's totally what happened.
That's the 5D chess move.
So in Drake's song, he goes, oh, the people who leaked you the information are clowns. And also, I made up the information, planted it. Which one is it, bruh? Are they clowns and liars, or did you make it up and leak it yourself?
They're both true.
And if you gave him false information, why was he able to release a song 30 minutes after your song came out, talking about exactly what you were going to talk about, knowing exactly what you're going to say?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. What that's coming, and then responded right
have
back.
An immediate response ready to go because you know what he's going to say.
That's fake info. Blah, 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 blah,
right.
Blah. Got you.
Right.
You bitch.
Or
yeah.
The Needle Drop, who's a YouTuber who does music, put it the best way. If you did that, then you should have had proof. The moment he dropped the song talking about you having an 11-year-old daughter that you made up, you would have dropped proof instead of going on Twitter and going, does anybody have proof I have an 11-year-old daughter? You would have dropped proof.
Like, immediately. Look at this fool. Yeah. 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 You just leak DMs. So like, haha, look at that. I got him. Played. You got played.
Right.
Yep.
And then there's a part.
It was Motorola. Oh my god.
And then he tried to flip the whole A minor line, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the dumbest way possible. He's like, forget an A minor, you got a B sharp because you thought D minor, D major. It's like, B sharp isn't a thing.
The B sharps,
B sharp in theory is a thing, but B sharp is just C. It's C.
Yeah,
it's C.
Yeah, it's C.
But so unless you're purposely going into music theory and into a particular time stamp, there's no B sharp. And the whole reason the Simpsons Homer called himself the B sharps is because they were dumb.
I was going to pull that thing up. I was just pulling that up. I was like, because it's stupid.
Because they were dumb. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the worst parts of the whole song, where Drake brought up a song from Mr. Morale. And on the song is called Mother I Sober, I believe. And the song is about when Kendrick was a kid and his mom thought he was being messed with by a cousin because of her own generational pain. God damn it. Because of her own generational pain of when she was, touched by people. And it led to, like, in the song, Kendrick explicitly says that never happened. That didn't happen to him. And his mom just thought it was because of her own trauma. And the song turns into a discussion of generational pain for Black people throughout the years. And how generational pain affects younger generations on and on.
Yeah.
Drake didn't listen to that song at all. Because he decided that song was actually about him getting messed with, and proceeds to spend like 30 bars saying that, oh, because you were touched, that's why you're obsessed with me being into little girls, even though there's evidence online that I'm into little girls. But that's why you're obsessed with it, because you were affected by that, and that's why you want to bring it up. even though that never happened, and he literally misinterpreted the entire song in order to be wrong.
Yeah.
In order to, and the thing is that that's not a gotcha. That's not a ha ha, I dissed you. You were assaulted as a kid. I'm gonna laugh at you.
Yeah.
Like that's not a diss.
That's
That's
the best
not
you
a
get.
that,
Yeah,
that's
that's the best
not
you get.
that's just you being at worst, at best media illiterate, at worst a malicious monster who thinks that the power loss from that happening makes you better.
Right. Yeah, it would have been neat if they would have like took it, like did like the whole verse like it's a therapy session because of this happened to him, like something like that, like a nice narrative verse for that.
Yeah.
That's creative, inventive stuff like that, and go with it. Didn't do that either. So
no,
yeah.
it's terrible. And then towards the end, he just starts talking. Yep.
King of Loudlock says, "I've never heard someone be loud and wrong and get paid for it. Crazy."
Yeah.
Well, clearly you
Never heard of
Fox
Candace
News.
Owens?
I was going to say Fox News, Candace
Candace
Owens, CNN,
most
Rachel Maddow, 2016 to 2020.
A large swath of influencers on the internet in general.
Yeah.
Leave Jon Stewart alone. He's the one good one, shining light, the beacon of hope in the world of darkness.
But but the end of the song, he just sounds defeated and deflated, and he's just talking like, "Hey man, I'm done with this stuff, man. Your song, you dropped that song immediately after that other one to cover up the fact that I leaked this information to you, even though you obviously released it 30 minutes after my song and covered up my song entirely. And not only did you have two songs that came out, they both had more views than the song I dropped on it had a music video that I shot. Your two songs that you released the same day had more views. And if you go to the YouTube, and when the songs came out on Sunday, if you go to the YouTube, the whole trending front page was like Kendrick's song, Drake's song, reaction to Kendrick's song, reaction to Kendrick's song, reaction to Kendrick's song, 1 million, 2 million, million.
Damn.
All the reactions had millions of views.
Yep. So yeah, so this was going on Black people Twitter instead of
exactly.
Yeah, while white people were discussing a bear in the woods, Black people were doing this.
Yeah, and the thing is that everybody's just waiting because at this point they're just waiting for when Kendrick drops his response, and we know it's coming, and we're just seeing how long it's going to take.
Yeah, and then some of the memes from it have been have been legendary.
Metro Boomin, who did
like this one here, with
the Mount Rushmore of haters.
Yeah, the Mount Rushmore. Put him next to Dio
and Reverse Flash.
Yeah,
it was me, Barry. I was the one that tripped you when you were in 8th grade. You spill your milk all over your clothes. It was me, Barry.
Yep.
But some of the other like Metro Boomin, who did like the beat for the first song that Kendrick did, he released a beat called BBL Drizzy, Brazilian Booty Lift Drake, and released it for free online, and decided he was going to do a contest for the people who do the best Drake diss on the BBL Drizzy beat. He was going to give $10,000 and a fresh beat just for them.
Damn, what are we doing here for?
It's like, bruh, this lets you know how many people hate this man. Kendrick had 4 different people do the beats for his songs. This motherfucker got DJ Mustard to do a beat. DJ Mustard, a man who did beats for like the most popular dance songs in the 2000s.
Oh, man.
Thinks next him putting out a song called "Cry for Help" with a number to a hotline for therapy or something like that.
Whoa, whoa! Logic already did that. Logic already did that.
Yep.
He literally has a song that's the name of the song is the suicide hotline number. That's not. It's not even a joke. And people clowned on him in that song because like literally in that song, there's a part where it's like the chorus is like, "I don't want to be alive." And he goes, "Who can relate?" Woo! In the middle of the song, it's so bad.
Hype up all the suicides.
Yeah.
Tendency. Oh, I can't do that. Sorry. The unalives.
Oh god.
Man. Damn.
I mean, these people just eating this man alive, and it's hilarious.
Yeah,
And it's one of those things of Drake out here saying that all this stuff about the kid things is wrong.
Mhm.
But there's just so much evidence online that just shows example after example of he met this 14-year-old girl and was messaging her and talking to her when she was 14 and he was in his 20s. And then when she turned 18, he's dating her. When Billie Eilish turned 18, he commented under a post is like, "I've been waiting for this day," with a party popper. Like, come the fuck on, bro.
Yeah, that's a yeah.
So is this like the biggest L that somebody's taken since the guy who tried to take on Charlie with the gun thing when Charlie the gun up?
Sneeko? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is beyond.
They're just saying
level.
take the L. He beat you.
Oh, that's the other thing. In Drake's response, he basically said that he doesn't do anything with little kids, with little girls, because he is too rich and famous to not be arrested for it.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah. He's too rich and famous, because if he would have did it, he would have been arrested already.
Yeah, allegedly.
That's funny because I think there was a thing that just came out, and I hate to bring up politics again, but Tom Woods said the same thing the other day.
Yeah.
He says, if I'm a pedophile, why hasn't somebody arrested me for it?
Hey. It's a matter of time. Then you got this one.
How did this all come about? I love him. I met him in Australia, and he's honestly so fantastic and a great friend and a great role model. You know, we just texted each other the other day, and he was like, "I miss you so much." I was like, "I miss you more." He's coming to Atlanta, so I'm definitely going to go and see him. I'm so excited. Yeah.
What advice does he give you? Like, what does he say?
About boys. He helps me.
What?
Yeah. He's great. He's wonderful. I love him.
What's his advice with boys?
You know, that stays in the text messages.
What about?
She's 14 at that point.
Rhinehold's over here going like, well, I was, going to take the wood chipper to DC, but I could go to Atlanta real quick.
I mean, Drake will show up eventually. Drake will show up eventually. He needs the clout.
Hire a bus full of teenage girls, he'll show up eventually, right?
Oh man, like one of the people we follow, Abba and Preach, there was a bunch of other interviews. Like there was a girl who was Drake was a fan of these high school basketball for women, high school basketball.
They're high school, so it's girls.
High school basketball girls, yeah. And was following them and going to their games and watching them play and messaging them on Instagram and following them on Instagram. But there's a point in one of the ones that Kendra was talking about is that he has enough money to keep paying people off, and that a bunch of people in the industry, like Diddy, would police the things and make sure nobody would get caught.
How'd
They
that work out for
for Diddy, yeah, exactly.
well, I was
Where
thinking for Weisselberg. I mean, he
where
had
is-
money to keep himself insulated too.
Yeah, where is Diddy now?
Weinstein. I was thinking Weinstein.
Weinstein. Yeah.
Hey, he's out now. He's out. They dropped him.
Oh, he's not.
Letting him out. We're gonna let him out. Let him out.
Nope. He only dropped his New York conviction. He still got his LA conviction.
He's gonna get out. It's gonna be out like Cosby.
Well, all I know is that Kendrick said him and Drake should die. And that way women can feel safe in this world. So
Bringing it back to the bear thing that we were talking about.
yeah, exactly.
God. Yeah.
So this is what my weekend has devolved into, of just following this stuff happening and just absorbing it and then watching the copium happen.
Mhm.
Oh man. Oh, it's so funny watching the copium happen. And when people were like, "Oh yeah, we got this. This family matters," and then Meet the Grams came out, and watching these people go, "Oh," and them just like shutting down and realizing, "Oh, we ain't got shit."
But here's the thing: is that those guys shut down. I watched a whole movement last week of people defending Trump wearing diapers. And how great of a thing it is! How real men wear diapers, and so I'm like, what are you guys?
Well, that is true.
You're so far down the road that you can't even just say, okay, yeah, we're beat here. I mean, that will take the L on that, right?
No.
Do it.
People have gone to the moon.
They
wearing
can't
diapers.
either. They can't either. I don't know who's more delusional, Drake fans or Trump fans. I don't.
No,
I
Trump
don't.
fans. Trump
I
fans.
really,
Trump fans. 100%.
bro.
100% Trump fans.
I'm gonna leave him off.
Yeah. So
Drake.
like,
I expected it.
Okay. You know you talking about
My family.
Yeah.
I'm uploading now.
this is RDC.
Yeah,
RDC World.
RDC World.
Which is like hilarious parody skit. So
They're great. They're great.
just was like this is what's probably happening in this other camp. Drake.
Drake.
What is that? What is that?
Look at the feet.
Yeah.
Put that away, bro.
Damn, bro. Just tell me the truth, brother. You got a daughter, bro.
You got a daughter, bro.
Oh god.
God, yeah, go to RDC World.
No,
and get some-
like, if you go a little bit further on, one of the people were like, "Hey, they're on the ropes here. Drop the next shit. I swear to God."
How long have I been knowing you?
Where's that at?
I don't know, bro. I don't
A
know.
couple.
I don't know either.
Damn, bro.
I made a song called Family Matters, and he drops a song called Meet the Grams. I'm fucking stupid.
Which does kind of feel like, yeah, this is probably what's
Yeah,
happening.
he knows.
Yeah.
If you
Who's
go
the
like,
mole?
Who's the ball?
He said it had to be somebody close to me. Chuck? 40? Who?
Drake, we don't even know half these niggas, bro.
Hey, Kenny, you got them person here. Go get that something news from the morning.
What?
Huh?
What did you say?
What?
What is that?
wait. You got yeah.
Who are you?
Oh god, that's not about it. Oh god.
Yeah, go watch the
It's
RDC World.
hilarious because that's exactly what happened too. He dropped it immediately.
God.
Oh god, RDC World's so great.
So great. So
Go
great.
watch RDC World. They have that. They have a bunch of NBA stuff. It's hilarious doing the
Yeah.
LeBron sketches.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The last one they
Oh yeah,
did.
the LeBron one. Have you seen?
Yeah, it's like Steph, KD. We can't pass the torch to none of these motherfuckers. They said they scored 10 points and they hooping. Imagine if we scored 10 points, KD. We would have been crucified.
God, man.
I love RDC World. They're so good.
That's so good stuff. But anyways.
But yeah, that's how my weekend is going.
Yeah, so yeah, it's better than bear stuff.
Yeah,
so before this episode gets too long in the truth, let's go ahead and end this sucker. Rhinehold, do you want to say anything?
See you next week. We'll be talking about nuclear physics.
Dang straight, yeah, heck yeah.
Go.
I know. Rhinehold's
Go from Drake and Kendrick to nuclear physics.
Yeah. That's what we do.
Don't worry. If when more stuff drops between this episode and next episode, I'll make sure I update everybody at the beginning. It's fine. It's fine.
That's good. Good update. Yeah. I want to thank everyone who's gotten this far in the episode. If you have gotten this far, you're a true key holder. You can listen to anything else in the world, but you decided to listen to this and that. I thank you. This is a live podcast that's recorded at 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Man, we do it on Mondays. You can find us on twitch.tv/wearelibertarians and youtube.com/wearelibertarians, and also on Facebook. But while we still have this page. So thank you. Please come out and hang out with us live. You know, we want to hang out with our fans live chatting, but for the now 300 of you guys who are downloading this podcast every week, we really do appreciate you guys. You know, share it with your friends. You know, you guys are freaking amazing. We just wish we could hear from you guys live, but we understand a lot of people can. This is what you want to take the content. You guys rock anyways. Have a good weekend. See you. Bye everybody. Say bye.
Bye guys.